I'm Jesse. Let's have a devotion. Look at this passage from Isaiah chapter 44. This will sound familiar if you were with us in our series in Isaiah. This is what the Lord, your Redeemer, who formed you from the womb, says. I am the Lord who made everything, who stretched out the heavens by myself, who alone spread out the earth, who destroys the omens of the false prophets and makes fools of diviners, who confounds the wise and makes their knowledge foolishness, who confirms the message of his servant and fulfills the counsel of his messengers, who says to Jerusalem, she will be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah, they will be rebuilt, and I will restore her ruins, who says to the depths of the sea, be dry, and I will dry up your rivers, who says to Cyrus, my shepherd, he will fulfill all my pleasure. And who says to Jerusalem, she will be rebuilt, and of the temple, its foundation will be laid. Long before King Xerxes, or Ahasuerus in English, was even born, generations prior, where the very kingdom whose throne upon which he sits was founded, all began with God foretelling exactly how it would go. The book of Isaiah foretells the setting for the book of Esther, because God, in his sovereignty, said, I'm going to use pagan nations to discipline you, my people of Israel, and then I'm going to discipline the discipliners. Babylon was one of these. The Babylonian captivity was foretold by both Jeremiah and Isaiah. It's one of the famous, graduation verses, Jeremiah 29:11. Back up one verse, it's about the Babylonian captivity. But then, when the time was right, God would raise up a nearly invincible nation. And he would refer to the one on the throne as his anointed. And in fact, in this passage that we just read, he's even referred to as God's shepherd, who says to Cyrus, my shepherd, he will fulfill all my pleasure. And says to Jerusalem, she will be rebuilt. And of the temple, its foundation will be laid. This was decreed by King Cyrus. This was written long before Cyrus was even born. He was named before he was born by a God whom he did not believe in and who his parents and ancestors would not have worshipped. So no, the Cyrus cylinder on display at the British Museum does not accurately articulate Cyrus's beliefs and how it all went down. And it also doesn't record accurately the words that he would actually decree, because we know in the book of Isaiah, which we know for a fact to be several years older than the Cyrus cylinder, we have his name. He didn't believe in this God, but this God knew what his name would be and what he would do. He was referred to as God's shepherd who would fulfill his pleasure. And he had already foretold of the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem before the thing was even destroyed. He knew everything. God was sovereign over all of it. He founded the very kingdom of Persia for the purpose of rebuilding his temple and delivering his people from slavery. So, do not despair. If you find yourself in the company of those who are radically far from God, remember that they are not beyond the sovereignty of God to be used for God's glory. Though they profess him not, they are still culpable. They are still susceptible. They can still be used by God for God's purposes. I'll show you more tomorrow.